And there came an angel of the Lord and sat under an oak, which was an oak. Today I just want to talk a little about who you are. Because when you don't know who you are, you can get sidetracked by the things and people who may come into your life. When you don't know who you are, there are certain situations that can identify your life by the way you handle that situation. Not knowing who you are can affect your choices. So today I want you to know that whatever you are going through at this moment, or whatever someone have called you, it does not define who you are. Yes, I know some of us have been through a lot of things these last few years, and some of us have struggled with it, but it doesn't define who you are. Yes, our past may have marked us, but our past cannot label us. Some of us have real issues from what our father may have said and done for us, or wasn't there for us. Some of us may have issues with what our parents, our mother have done to us. And it might take you some time to get over it. It may take you some time to forgive it. It may take you some time to move on past what happened in your life. But they cannot shake you from becoming, and stopping you from becoming what God has called you to be. Amen. You are who God called you to be. And there's no devil in hell can change that. Amen. So I got to go to 1 Peter 2:9. See, 1 Peter 2:9 let us know who we are. It says, but you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people that should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Did you not know that God had chosen you for a time like this? In a time when everybody's nervous, in a time when everybody's scared, in a time when nobody knows what's going on, God can choose someone like you. You are a chosen generation. There's some things that are going to happen in your generation that have never happened before. There's something different about you. God called you a peculiar people. You're not ordinary. That's why people have a hard time trying to figure you out. Some of the things you do may be odd or strange to others because you are a peculiar people. You may not do everything like everyone else because you are a peculiar people. You are a royal priesthood. You are not a mistake. Yes, we have a few things wrong with us, and we're not doing all the things that we should do. And sometimes, because of our life we live, and some of the things that we have been through, some things we're not able to do anymore. But we're not a liability. Just because you can't talk like you used to, just because you can't walk like you used to, just because you can't do the things that you used to do, you are not a liability. People look at us a lot of times when you didn't have a stroke or you didn't have some physical problems. They look at you like you can't do certain things. They look at you because you can't do this or you can't do that. But you're not a liability because of the things you can't do, you are not a liability. Somebody need to hear that today. Why? Because God chose you. God created you. You are not a liability. I don't care what people say because you are created in God's image. Somebody needs to know that. You are created in God's image. Every aspect of your life, even the skin that you're in, even the texture of your hair, the structure of your body, whether you're small or big, is the image of God. You are made in the image of God. So if anyone talk about you or don't like the way you look, then they have a problem with your uniqueness. If somebody don't like your hair color, your hair texture, the color of your skin, the way you build, the way you lay, the way you walk, the way you talk, then they got a problem with God. Because you are made and created in the very image of God. I think somebody needs to hear it. You are beautiful just like you are. I don't care who like it or who don't love it. God loves it. Because God took time out to create you just like you are. I'm telling you, somebody needs to hear this today. Whether they admit it or not, somebody needs to hear that. Everything you are is created in the image of God. Even your personality, your temperament, is an expression of God's creation. See, your weakness isn't a liability, but it's just a platform that God installed in you to display His strength through your weakness. So when you think you're weak, it's not that you're incapable or you got a problem. God put that in place so He can show His strength in your weakness. Because you're either going to live up to or down to whatever you believe is true about yourself. We all see this through different peoples in the Bible. All the way through the Bible, people have problems with their identity. So you're not the first one that had that problem. God took a man named Abel, pulled him out of his country, changed his name to Abraham. Then God changed his destiny. God changed the direction his life would head. Do we have anybody in here that God pulled them out of the direction they was going? God pulled them out of married clay, pulled them from one spot to another. Now, do we have anybody that God changed the direction of their life? They was going down one road, and God picked them up and turned them around and changed them, and now they're going down another road.
Thank you, God.
My God. God would change where you would end up. Like Abraham, God would call you His own. He would set you apart so you won't be who you used to be. You will become a child of God. God said, now, because you're a child of God, now you can bear my promises. You can bear my blessings. You can bear my provisions. If you just line up with the identity that I have created you to be. God said, if you just line up with who I called you to be, act like you're a child of God. Behave like you're a child of God. Not how you feel that time. See, most times we act how we feel. Or we act like the thing that we are going through. God said, I need you to act like a child of God. I don't care how you feel because of what's going on in your life. I don't care how things look around you. I don't care what people call you. You ain't got to act like they call you. If they act you crazy, if they call you crazy, you ain't got to act crazy. If they call you after your name, you ain't got to act like your name. Continue acting like a child of God. God said, if you just line up with my word, if you just line up with me, then you can have my provisions. You can have my blessings. You can have all the promises that I have bestowed on you if you just line up and act like I created you to act. Somebody got to understand. Somebody needs to understand. All we got to do is just line up. But most of the time we don't. We act like the children of Israel did. See, the children of Israel came out of Egypt after 400 years of slavery, stepped into the land of Canaan, and still was living beneath their means because they couldn't get their identity right. They know who God called them to be, but they still were living as others called. You know who you are, but a lot of times we live according to what people call us. Right now in America, we live in one of the richest lands in the world, but yet most of us live beneath our means. We live beneath what God has called us to be. We live as the tail and not the head. We live as the borrower and not the lender. We live beneath and not above. See, we supposed to be the head, but we live as the tail. We're supposed to be the one that lends money, but instead we have to go and borrow money. We're supposed to be a head, we're supposed to be above, but most of the time you catch us living beneath our own means when God created us to be something special, something great. God didn't create us to sit back and watch and be secondhand. God said you are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people. But we act like everyone else. Most of us don't act peculiar. We act the same because we want to dress the same, talk the same, walk the same, act the same, do the same, drive the same, live the same. You see someone else got something, you want it. You don't care how they got it, you just want it. You don't even know what most of the things you want, you don't know what it is. You just know someone else has it. God said, we are the children of God. And I want you to understand, we are the children of God. And you got to know you're a child of God, even on your job. See, when you go to work, you got to know that you're a child of God.
Amen.
But what happens when you go to work, they tell you that you are an employee here. But I tell them, I'm a child of God that works here. I'm not an employee that's a child of God. See, when you are an employee that's a child of God, then you're going to do what they ask you to do, even if you go against the word of God. But when you're a child of God that works somewhere, then you're going to stand on what God asks you to stand. No matter, because you believe God will take care of you. You know God got your back. You know God will stand up. Because the Bible said when the enemy come in like a flood, God will lift up a standard. See, sometimes you got to stand on a standard, even if it costs you everything. And God said, I'll replace it. Do you trust me? But you got to know you're a child of God.
Amen.
You got to know you're a child of God. You can't be a child of God that works as an employee. You got to be a child of God that's a child of God that works. You can't be an employer and say, well, I work here, but I'm a child of God. No, you got to be the opposite. You got to be a child of God that works somewhere. Somebody will get that later on. Somebody will get it in a minute. But let's get back to the text. Did you know that everything can change for you and everyone around you when God meet up with one person and change their view of their identity? This can change the whole course of their life. Just like in Judges 6, we find God showing up and meeting with one person. And today, God is showing up just to meet with you. Somebody came here for God to meet with. They didn't know they was coming. They thought they came because they was asked to come. They thought they came because they was invited to come. They thought they came because this is what I do. I come to church every Sunday. But today, God wanted to meet with you. Today, God wanted to meet with you. You that one person God needs to meet with. You that one person that God can touch your life, and it'll touch so many people's lives around you. It'll change the direction that you are going and they're going and the way they are going as well. By getting to know your true identity and line up with Him. If God can get you to line your identity up to who He had called you to be, then it can change your whole life. Judges 6 and 11 say, and there came an angel of the Lord and sat under an oak. See, at this point, the children of Israel have been hiding out for about 7 years in caves from the Midianites. The Bible said, there came an angel of the Lord and sat under an oak tree. In the old text, it was the Yahweh. It was the very presence of God. See, this was not no ordinary angel that sat up under this oak tree. But it was the Almighty Himself stepping out of heaven and into the situation with Gideon. It was God. See, God must have determined, God must have made up His mind and said, this situation is in need of my very presence. That person is so well connected. See, some of us here is so connected with so many people. God said, if I connect with him, if I can get him to change the way he thinks, if I can get her to change the way she sees things, then I can change so many other people's life. He said, if I just come down and change that person's direction, not only will it change his life, but so many lives are the ones that surround him. The angel of the Lord said. The angel of the Lord said. I want you to think about this right here. Whatever you're going through right now in your life, picture the angel of the Lord sitting next to you, watching every single thing you do and going on your life right now. See, it's hard for me to imagine God taking time out and sitting beside me. See, it's hard for me to imagine the Almighty God that come out of heaven and sit beside me. Someone like me that for years didn't acknowledge him. For years didn't know who he was. For years didn't serve him. For years didn't even know who he was. That he'd take time out and come out of heaven and sit beside me. Someone that did what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it and didn't care what no one think. God out of heaven, the Almighty. See, I'm talking about the God that took nothing and made something. I'm talking about the God that took dust, that is just incinerated dirt. That's nothing and created a man, blew into his nostril, and the man became a living soul. I'm talking about the God that created man so uniquely that he made space that he can live inside the man, so he can lead the man and guide the man throughout his life. I'm talking about the God that created the heaven and earth. I'm talking about the God that can name every star in the universe. I'm talking about the God that can count every hair on your head. I'm talking about the God that knows the greatest sand on the beach. That's the God I'm talking about. That want to come down and sit beside us, that watch over us, that come beside us and lead and guide us through hard times and difficult times. That's the type of God I'm talking about. Do we have anybody to understand that type of God? Do we have anybody to understand that type of God? That type of God. They'll come out of heaven and sit next to you. That keeps showing up time after time to meet our needs, to answer our prayers. See, God loves me enough. I tell you, God loves me enough that he'll come and give me a word when I need it. When I'm going through, I don't know what to do. God will come back and just start talking to me. He said, let me step out of heaven. Let me go see about my child. Yes, God. See, when you learn up, God will come down and see about you. God will come in the depth of it. He don't care where you at. You can't go. You can't go nowhere. God can't find you. I'm telling you right now, no matter how big this church may be, no matter how far you go, no matter how you look, you can't get away from God. Amen. Even when your spouse or your friend don't notice, when your boss don't notice, your co-workers might not even notice what's going on in your life. But I want you to know that the angel of the Lord is sitting down and watching you. Yes. Yes. Do you know what God I'm talking about? I'm talking about the God that's created everything, that spoke life into existence. That's the God I'm talking about. The Bible said that there was an angel that came and sat under the oak. I'm telling you right now, God is sitting beside someone right now. He's sitting beside you as you go through this and that. God is sitting right there. John 1:14 says, the Word was made flesh and dwell among us. This word that I'm speaking at this moment has become flesh in your life and dwelling with you. As the word say, behold his glory. I believe that somebody going to see God's glory in their life, in the situation they're going through right now. See, the message Bible say that the word became flesh and blood and moved into the neighborhood. God moves within your heart where the issues flows. So he knows how difficult your marriage been because he is set beside you. He knows how difficult you've been having it with your finances because he's sitting beside you. He knows how upset you are about what's going on in your household with your children and what's going on in your job because he's sitting beside you. He knows every situation that you've been in because he's sitting beside you watching. Even in the middle of the night, when you turn over and your spouse is sound asleep and tears begin to roll down your eyes, out of your eyes and down your face, from all the things that's going through your head, God is sitting watching. Because as he sat under the oak tree with Gideon, he's sitting in those tears on your face. As we look at verse 11, it said, and an angel of the Lord sat under an oak tree. And Gideon at that time, he didn't realize that the angel was there. It wasn't until verse 12 does the angel appear to Gideon through some type of visual form. It don't say how long the angel watched, but we know the angel was there when he started scratching the wheat. We know the angel was there at the beginning when he was hiding out. But then some period of time passed and the angel appeared to Gideon. What I'm trying to say is that because you can't feel the presence of the Lord, even when you don't see the move of God in your life, doesn't mean he's not there. When you cry and cry out, God, do you see me? He said, I see you because I'm right beside you. Because you don't feel me. And you can't feel my presence. You can't see me doing nothing in your life. It seems like things are getting worse in your life. It seems like everything around you is getting worse. God, I'm right there. As Gideon thrashed the wheat by the winepress, half in the middle light, God was right there watching. While you sitting at your desk at work, God watching you. As you're at your station, on the line at your job, while you're trying to hide your feelings from all the pain that you're going through, God is standing right there. God is sitting right there. As you pace back and forth, God is pacing with you. God sees every tear, every wrinkle you made for being so mad. When you get so mad, you don't know what to do. God's right there, watching everything that you do. He sees your frustration. He sees the countenance on your face. He sees the worry on your face because he's sitting right there. Even when you don't hear that small, still voice that comforts us so many times, God says, I'm right there. Now I want you to know that Gideon was hiding. He didn't want to be found by the Midianites. He was trying to thrash the wheat without the Midianites knowing. And in a place where he didn't want to be found, the angel of the Lord found him. I want you to think about it like this. If you have a family member, a friend, some loved ones that don't want to be found, they refuse to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. No matter how much you talk to them, they don't want to hear. They don't want to pay no attention. No matter how much you try to share with them the gospel, they don't want to hear what you have to say. And it comes to a point, you feel like they may be lost. You feel like you done given up and you done lost hope. I want you to know no matter how far they go, there's a God in heaven that will find them. There's a God in heaven that will find them. There's a God who will open up their eyes, open up their heart. This is for those who felt as they have turned their backs on God. Isaiah 65 tells us that God saying, I allow people to find me who didn't want to be found. I allow people to see me that couldn't see me before. God said, I'll open up the eyes of your heart. See, because some things you don't know and can't do until the eyes of your heart is open to the Holy Spirit. And some people that don't want to hear what you got to say to them. And some people that don't want to hear, thus said the Lord. And God said, I'll allow those people that wouldn't even ask him for me, didn't even speak to me, didn't pray to me, to find me. I open up eyes of those that you would thought never would come to church. Sometimes you go to church, you see people, you say, I can't believe they in church. God said, I open their eyes up. You can't open them because you're not me. See, I've been sitting with them for years. I know what they're going through, and I know just the right time to open up their eyes. I know just the right time to appear like I did with Gideon. See, I was there when Gideon was hiding out for 7 years, running from here to there. I was there the whole time. And then I began to sit on the oak tree, and I was watching my son one day. And he was thrashing the wheat. And I said, today is the day that I'm going to open up his heart. The day I'm going to appear to him and let him see who I am so I can tell him who he is. Gideon, you are a great man of valor. You are a mighty man of valor. Right now you hide, but you don't know. Later on, you're going to face the Midianites. And you ain't going to have but 300 people. And they're going to have over 140,000. And you're going to win. You're going to go and destroy some things that your whole nation has been idolizing for years. See, so somebody here right now just don't know God get ready to touch their hearts. And the things they've been doing, they get ready to stop. They get ready to tell somebody there is a God in heaven that sits up high and looks down low. God, I'm getting ready to show somebody who's your identity in the midst of this crisis. See, you worry about things, and God said, do you know who I am? I'm your father, so why are you worried? Yes, Lord. You got to know who you are in the midst of the storm. Amen. You got to know who you are. You got to know. You got to know who you are. Hallelujah. Let us stay. God said, I died for you. Because I know your identity. You was worth dying for. Amen. I died for you. Because you are worth dying for. I created you for a time like this.
Amen.